What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for this week's episode of My Hero Academia Season 6, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, what an episode this was, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely legendary, god-tier episode. Amazing art animation, especially the key animation, bro. Oh, amazing, bro. Amazing. No major like Sakuga craziness in this episode, which I kind of was wondering, kind of suspecting that since this season this arc has been having some production issues apparently, or probably not. But given all the promoting that's all different, I was like, maybe they will. Now, don't get me wrong, we did get some amazing looking animation with Ida, and Nakamura did indeed work on this episode, but as a second key animator rather than having an entire section to himself like he usually does. Either way, man. This episode looked amazing, bro. The voice acting, legendary, bro. Especially when we get to Bago's apology, which we'll talk about that when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of amazing shit in this episode, man. And yeah, one thing I do that was some pretty cool news, I guess, that dropped yesterday, or at least that I saw yesterday. That was pretty cool. And like usual, I have the tweet up here. Is that apparently, I don't know if this was in like test screenings for Across the Spider-Verse or not, but in Across Spider-Verse, you guys know the scene, and I'm assuming it's going to be at the beginning of the movie with Gwen and Miles when they finally get reunited, which we saw in the original trailer. Apparently, Miles is actually an anime fan, and he actually has some Hero Waka merch in his room, and Gwen, opens up, an Izuku figure he has there, and she doesn't know it's, a collectible that's supposed to be kept in the box. Which is really cool, because as you guys know, if you guys are, pay attention to, Horikoshi, and you've seen some of the interviews he's done, the dude's a massive Marvel fan, and, you can tell Spidey's his #1 golf, especially if you've seen his office. If you've seen, the Marvel, action figure shrine thing he got going on, the front of his office, man, you guys know how much he loves Spider-Man. So, I don't know if he's seen this yet, probably not, but I thought that was fucking cool, man, that the thing that Horikoshi probably admires most outside Star Wars, Marvel, and Spider-Man is now taking taking his work and putting it into the Spider-Verse, man. I think that's fucking awesome, man. Everything's kind of come full circle, man. But anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Let's just jump right into the actual episode. So we start the episode off right where we left off last week with Izuku standing off against the rest of Class A. First thing and foremost, and I know I'm probably going to gush about the storyboarding throughout this entire review, man, because the storyboarding of this episode was also really good. I love how this episode starts off with this overhead shot as the camera pans past Class A to Izuku, and I also love their fighting right behind the All Might. I just think that's a nice little backdrop to this entire fight, is having that All Might statue behind them as Izuku and the rest of Class A are all duking it out, man. Of course, it has I'm not here spray paint on it. I just think that's overall just a nice backdrop to this entire fight, man. I just think it looks good. I also just love this shot of Ida, after it pans up there, and we just kind of did his eyes up from the camera. I thought that shot also looked really nice as well, man. So then we get a flashback to season 2 during the same fight where Izuku told Ida that meddling in other people's business is the essence of being a hero. So then Bago tells him that we heard that you have unlocked the 4th and the 6th quirks. Don't know how he obtained this information. I don't know. Maybe All Might called them up and told him, hey yo, bro, Izuku, bro, he got basically all the quirks in one for all now, bro. He got the 4th quirk, he got the 6th quirk. This man got spider sense. He's like an unlimited smoke screen, bro. Bro, the man's crazy. I don't know. Was All Might hitting him up, bro? Did it never tell them this information? Did Hawks and Principal Nezu know this? Where did Bakugo obtain this information? Regardless of such and how he obtained this information, he then tells him, you look completely different. You look completely different now. And Izuku thanks him for coming. He activates his smoke screen. Bakugo fires off some explosives on the ground called landmine blast that closes up that clears out most of the smoke around them. As he tells everyone to look around for Izuku, he finds that Izuku's right above him, floating around. And this line I actually thought was pretty. That was pretty interesting. Kind of worked with Bakugo, man, considering what he said in the past, where he tells Izuku that now that you can do anything and everything, those around you ended up looking like extras, huh? Just thought that was a nice line. I like that line. So then all of a sudden, this episode turns into The Fucking Birds by Alfred Hitchcock as Koda sends a sea of birds over towards Izuku to stop them. And as Koda runs towards him, telling him the principal said that so that you're welcome to come back. He eventually breaks out of that. And then this I thought looked really cool, man. Not just the move itself, but the animation looked really nice as well. Where Izuku uses Black Whip to get out of there out of Koda's mosh pit of birds. And then actually, Sero wraps his tape around Izuku's black whip and kind of like moves it around a little bit, which that whole segment looked really cool. But like I said, the animation looked really cool, but just the overall just like look of like Sero just using his tape to like wrap it around black whip. I just thought that was really cool because I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know if like you could actually like grab onto black whip like he could do that, or if it was just something that everything just kind of like phased through. But no. You can, but it is grabbable. But yeah, that looked really cool, man. I really like that. We then get another flashback to when Izuku and Asero were training, and he kind of tells them how better to control Black Whip by telling them think of it as like an extension of your body and solely focus on the strike zone, which does work on Izuku. He of course easily breaks out of that. Then Jiro comes in there, fires off some sound waves at Izuku, which he easily dodges. As she tells him about the time that he helped organize her notes during the school festival and how she was really happy for her. I also love that Jiro's like it's nothing that important. I thought that was funny. She's like, this isn't that important, but thanks for helping out with my notes. Just thought that was kind of funny, man. I love Jiro, man. Jiro's great. So then that's when Ojiro comes in there, wraps around Izuku's tail, tells him about the time that he time where he got pissed off on his behalf about what happened during the fight with Sero. Or not Sero, with Shinso, my bad, excuse me. So of course, then he tells him like, "Oh, I can't come back. If I do, you're all in danger. You'll be taken by One for All." He meant just as he's about to break out of Ojiro's tail, Dark Shadow comes in there and throws him through a building. As we then see Sato grabbing Jiro and Ojiro, and we actually see him like land on a light post or whatever for the traffic lights, and then he actually kind of like smashes it a little bit when he like lands on him. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know that man kind of had that kind of strength, man, but. That was also a really nice shot as well. Before we cut back over to Izuku inside the building with Black Shadow holding him down, and Sero tells him that hey, just hear us out. If you don't, I won't let you use any of my food coloring when you make your candy apples for anymore. And then Izuku says that area doesn't need them from him. So then that's when Momo comes in there, and she said at first they were planning to all just go with them, but with the help of with the cooperation of Endeavor and others, they have the mission of securing you safely. And first, I love this shot when Momo kind of walks towards Izuku, man. I just love the look of the shot. Like I said, the storyboard in this episode was amazing. The key animation as well. We didn't get no crazy soccer, but they more than made up for that with the music, the key animation, the storyboarding, and of course, the voice acting, which we'll talk more about that later on. Because the voice acting in this episode was insane. I can't wait to get this episode for the dubcast, man. It's going to be incredible. So, after that, then this this random contraption comes out of the wall to restrain Izuku. That also looked really fucking cool, man. Like these two straps come in there to make sure he's strapped in by the wall, and then this head thing comes in there to go on top of his head, man. It looked really cool, man. The overall design of this I thought was pretty cool. And then Izuku says a device to put me to sleep, huh? And then easily breaks out of that. But right as he's about to, the Dark Shadow once again keeps him restrained as Kaminari comes in there and tells him Kaminari's was pretty funny, man. I love this line right now where he says our hobbies are completely different, but you're still my friend. And then he asks him to take a shower. That was pretty funny when he's like, please take a shower. Let's be real, man. To be fair to Kaminari, bro. He's probably right. Izuku's been out in the rain for what? A month, a few weeks, a few days, maybe a couple weeks, maybe about a month or so, bro. He probably stinks. You have that, especially with that costume and everything, man. He sure as shit hasn't washed it once. He most likely very much stinks right now, man. Especially the inside of that mask, man. Good lord. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Man. That cracked me up. Anyway. Sojiro comes in there, wraps some electrical tape around Izuku to make sure that keeps him restrained, and then he brings up what Izuku told to him at the beginning of season 3, where he said that the team of them could take on All Might, and then that's when Tokoyami uses Dark Shadow once again and uses Ragnarok Womb. Yeah, that's the name, Ragnarok Womb, which wraps around Izuku, man, which I thought. Name's a little weird, but I guess it fits, so we'll go with it, I guess. And then he brings up how Izuku told him to use Dark Shadow for both offensive and defensive capabilities. Once again, Izuku manages to break out once again and tells everyone to stop. He knows he's worried about them, and that his danger sense, or his spider sense, let's be more accurate, that usually, of course, leads him to danger as well as evil, hasn't been activating at all. I want you to get away from me, please. I'm fine. Once again, the voice acting from Izuku's Japanese voice actor. Fantastic as always, man. I cannot wait to see how Justin Brighter does these lines, man. I haven't watched the dub episode for this week yet, but oh my god, man. The dub cast has been killing it, man. I can't wait to see how Justin Brighter handles the scene. And then we get another amazing shot, man, where this giant block of ice comes out from under nowhere to locks Izuku up in his eye, up in Todoroki's eye, before we actually see Todoroki. And oh my god, bro, the shot of Todoroki, bro, another banger shot as well, man. This shot looks incredible. And also, I don't know if anyone else knows, but like I noticed there was like a bit of an echo to his voice. I don't know if that's just because of how this the air they're in is designed and everything is just kind of echoey, or if there's like a mic or something somewhere around that's causing the echo. But I noticed his voice was kind of like echoing a little bit, and I didn't really know what exactly was the cause of that. Anyway, he asked him, what was that face? Does your responsibility not allow you to cry? That responsibility, let us share it with you. That's when Sue comes in there, and once again, and of course, we get a flashback to season 3, when that whole cry scene she has, and that she's not gonna cry like that again. You're dear to me. If you're going to be like a comic book hero, we won't let you get alone. And I love how they actually did that. This is when they put in the title card. I thought the way they put in the title card was really cool, man. I like the song and like the little sound effects they're playing when they were doing it. The boom boom. Sounded really cool, man. I like that. We then cut over back to Endeavor, who's there with Kirishima, Aoyama, and Toru. He basically takes over Dictator and tells him that we need to worry about making sure that those anti-hero civilians are safe too, and tells him to go help secure this area with Hawks and the other. That's when he kind of gets Hawks on his little earpiece thing, wondering that if they should just send in Black Genius to take care of this quickly. And that's when Kirishima says that if he keeps moving around that much, he won't be able to do much, and he has a lot to say. He wants to say Izuku takes off his mask and runs off along with Toru and Aoyama behind them as they go and try and catch up with Izuku. And Endeavor tells Hawks to let them take care of this themselves. And then actually Todoroki actually brings up a really nice point that is actually pretty clever, where he tells them that this might be all for what wants. He wants them all to be messing around this one location, trying to save Izuku while he goes attack the rest of UA. It's a very fair point. Now, which I thought was a very interesting point. It is kind of like that would be kind of a smart move while all of the Class A students are busy trying to take on Izuku. That would be a perfect time to go over to UA and try to take it over, man. Like. He brought up a good point there, which obviously was meant to go into his next point, saying if you wanted to help protect UA and everything, you could have just come over, you could have just stayed there and just protected there. Which, fair point as well. And also, once again, I got to say, the voice for Todoroki's job in VA, man, fantastic as well, man. Looked really good. And that is when, as Izuku says, because this is a fight between one for all and all for one, you guys can't keep up. You Say Run starts playing. Oh my god, bro, You Say Run, bro. When I saw that, when I heard that, man, you got to see my reaction, of course. Lost my damn mind, and I knew this episode was peak fiction, man. This episode was peak, bro. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my review of episode 2, I think it was, with the Kaminari thing, with, the We the Ones thing, that we almost never hear You Say Run that much anymore in the anime, but whenever it does hit, bro, doesn't hit, man, whenever they use that track, man. And this scene was no different. So Izuku bursts out of the ice, man. Like I said before, You Say Run is blast in the background, bro. Oh, so good. So he gets out there. Sue swings over Mineta. Now, if you guys are a manga reader, or you saw this on Twitter, because this was good, because this definitely riled some feathers up, and people were definitely really pissed off about this. And that's how I saw it on Twitter. You guys know that what happened here in the manga. This rather infamous line from Mineta, where he grabs when Mineta manages to grab on Izuku using his balls and has him up in a line that manages to grab on to Izuku. He tells him, "I never thought your power was special. I never thought your power was cool or anything. What made me fall for you?" Now. When he said that, first off, in the original in the manga, and I think this was the Viz translation I saw, which apparently was kind of a mistranslation from what I've heard, but not too sure on that one. I don't speak Japanese. I'm not a manga reader, so I don't know. That's kind of what I was hearing, because I was just kind of saw things from all over the place when this happened. There were a lot of people pissed off about this, man, because in the manga he said, "The reason why I love you." He said, "I love you." Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure this was the Viz translation. Maybe this might have been a mistranslation from what I've heard, but don't know for certain. But people were pissed off, because there are people out there demanding Horikoshi, "Oh, give us a gay, make one of the characters gay, or gay representation," and everything, and First of all, it's cute you think that Horikoshi gives a fuck what we think. Like, outside of maybe Naruto and Dragon Ball, anime studios and mangas don't give a fuck what we think. They only care about the Japanese eyes. And secondly, you know, and I also want to preface this, I got nothing against gay characters, nothing like it. I'm pretty sure, I think I heard somewhere or saw somewhere that apparently one of the volume extras, there's like hints that Nejire might be a lesbian, which, you know, I'm down for that. I think that's kind of cool. But regardless, people were pissed off about it because they're like, oh, we wanted a gay character, but not him. Which I just thought was funny, but I bring it down. Obviously, we can all have brains and we can see the context. He most likely says, I fell for you. I think this is still kind of worded a little poorly. I think this is probably going to be worded. I'm very curious to how Funimation, or Crunchyroll, I should say now, is going to word this with a dub. That's going to be interesting, like how this is going to be phrased in the dub. But I think he means that by like he fall for him or loves him as like a friend or maybe even a brother type thing, you know what I mean? And I don't know if everyone did know that and they were just memeing on this, or people were like legitimately pissed off and legitimately thought that this was him confessing that he was bisexual or something. I don't know, or maybe it is. I don't know. If anybody you can confirm or deny anything about this scene, please leave that in the comments. But regardless of such, man, so yeah, this is the infamous Mineta scene. I was kind of wondering how this is going to get phrased and everything in the anime. But anyway, he says he's continuing on. When it was the reason I fell for you was when you were sweating bullets, trembling with fear. When we opened up a patch there, and we see a flashback to season 1 when Sue, Mineta, and Izuku teamed up together at the USJ. How you were back then, and then Izuku says, "Sorry, Mineta," managed to get him off via Black Whip, and then does the Spidey slingshot thing, going back there while he's of course getting in his 100 squats. He's still got to get those squats in there to use the one for all 45% plus Fa Jin Funks 100, and as Izuku's like getting it, like moving his legs, storing up the energy, and like leaning back as far as get Uraraka is coming in there trying to get Izuku, saying, "I won't let you go, Deku. It's different from back then." We get flashback to her from season 3 when she said that I think Baku would feel humiliated if he had to go and if he was saved by everyone. So then right as she's about to go in there, grab Izuku, she just misses him, and then she screams at everyone. This another block of ice comes out of nowhere, man. Oh my god! Like, and the animation here was also really good, bro. Like, we didn't get no crazy Sakuga, type thing going on there, which, like I said, I wasn't too bummed out about or anything, because, like I said, the music, the key animation, the voice acting, and storyboarding all made up for that, in my personal opinion. The giant block of ice comes out with tracks on there as Mina uses the protective coating style 0.1 acidity acid man, and then wraps it around Todoroki and Bakugo with dark shadow as they push him off. As he pushed them off the train tracks, they concerned to go off the ramp to go after Izuku, man. This whole sequence looked amazing. So first Todoroki leaves off first and saying, "We can't keep up, Deku," or rather, this is Uraraka, I should say, saying, "We don't want to be protected. We don't want to be protected, and we don't want to reject you." And that's when Baku activates the explosive speed turbo, and everyone starts to try and go before he leaves. And this kind of came off like, you know how when NASA spaceships, there's a giant ship, and then the farther they go up there, more parts of it start to come off before they reach to the atmosphere. That's basically what this was. And then Uraraka says, "We just want to be by your side." Then we get to Baku, man, which we'll talk more about Baku in a second, man, because there's a lot of cool stuff about Baku, man. Where he says, "There's a stuff I want. I need to tell you, but first I wife after this guy with his body built for speed." And that's when Ida comes in there, and this is when you can tell Nakamura was coming there with the key image, because this scene looked really fucking cool, man. And so he rushes in there, man. We actually see Ida's eyes are red here, which I actually saw a lot of tweets last night, right when the episode dropped originally, about people "Oh, Ida finally has the red eyes." I don't know what the significance of that is. I don't know if that's because Ida's eyes are supposed to be red. Yes, the anime changed it for some reason, and this is when they finally change back to the proper color, or this is just because it's a part of an iconic scene that a lot of people love, or maybe this is something to tie later on in the series. I'm not sure, but I saw a lot of people celebrating that Ida's eyes were red for some reason. But whatever the case may be, he rushes over towards Izuku, manages to grab his hand, and as he says, "I'll always be ready to challenge you, man." The animation here looked incredible as well. The key animation was bro, you see Izuku's face, bro. It tells you all you need to know about what his emotional state is, man. Goddamn, bro, goddamn. And that's when we kind of finally get the full thing of what the second user said. If there's one thing Izuku Midori needs right now, it would be those who those who will with the same intent at the same place, continuing to run alongside him as we finally get to the shot that all the manga readers and like non-Izuocha shippers were pissy about the OP having Izuku and Odoraka holding hands when it's supposed to be Ida and Izuku. Well, there's your shot. They put it in there, bro. Although the Izuocha shippers are the one that get pissed off about something else, we'll talk more. But we'll talk about that in a second, because that was a little fun when I saw that on Twitter. And Izuku tells him to let go of him, and he tells him, I'll continue running no matter where it takes the hand of a lost child. I'm Ingenium. Melding with you when you don't need to is the answer to being a hero, right? And that's when Ida starts crying, Izuku starts crying, and that's when we get to the commercial cards, which actually I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've gotten Ida's character portrait in the commercial cards of these new ones, man. And I gotta say, I love the portrait they went with, man. I love his pose there. And they actually changed the Bakugo's one as well from say Bako to Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite, which I thought that was a nice touch, man. I thought that was nice. So then, this is when Izuku finally kind of like gives up. He says, "I have to shake him up, but he doesn't have the strength anymore." That's when Ida embraces him, and he starts free falling down to the ground. But Kirishima manages to stop them, and that's when we find out what's up with Kirishima, where he tells him that in the past he was moved by something that happened when, of course, when the kid was the same age, to rush right in to save someone from a villain. Obviously, we know it was Izuku from season 1. So that's when they finally met. When Kirishima manages to manage everyone to start falling. Everyone else manages to catch up with them. As Mina says, "I don't want anyone else to go away. Let's stick together. Let's go to class again with everyone." And Izuku says, "I wish I could, but I'm scared. There's a lot of people in UA. I don't want to cause them any trouble. Things can't go back to the way they were before." And that's when Bakugo gets in there as he finally apologized to Izuku, bro. And oh my god, this scene was incredible, bro. And the voice acting, bro. The voice acting was incredible. Which actually, interesting thing. I saw this like a couple days ago, maybe even last week. No, I'm pretty sure it was a couple days ago. Where actually, Bakugo's Japanese VA actually called up Horikoshi himself and asked him for advice on how to perform this scene. Which I thought was pretty cool, man. That he wanted to make sure that this scene was done right, and he actually called up Horikoshi to ask him and give him some advice on how he wants him to perform this scene. Which I just think that was really cool, man. Then you got the VAs actually calling the mangas, be like, "Hey, yo, bro, you've been to making sure that they do this scene justice, man." I think that's fucking awesome. So he tells Izuku, "When Shigaraki stabbed me, do you remember what I said?" Izuku says he doesn't. He said that don't try to win by yourself. There was more to that. My body moved on its own, and then I got stuck. I thought I should tell you. I looked down on you our whole lives because you were quirkless. You were obviously way behind me, but I felt like you were way ahead of me too. I didn't like it. And one thing I thought that was kind of interesting here, and I don't know if this was like this in the manga, or this was just something or this was kind of what the anime did, where we see Bakugo, as Bakugo keeps, saying all this and apologizing to Izuku. We actually see Bakugo and Izuku first when they were kids, then when they were in middle school, and then when they both got into UA. But Izuku, has all the scuff marks and everything, and the eye bags and how tired he looks, stays consistent on each version of Izuku, and it goes onto his clothes, which I thought was interesting. I mean, Bakugo also kind of has some rainwater going down his face, running down his face a little bit as well. But I just thought that was an overall just a little interesting touch that Horikoshi went with, or that's something that, or if this was something that was up, or this was the director's choice. But whatever the case may be, he says, "I didn't like it. I didn't want to see you. I didn't want to accept you. That's why I bullied you, to get away from you. I was always losing to you. After getting into UA, not a single thing went the way I wanted. Every day I was made to feel how strong you were and how weak I was. It's not something that'll work itself out just by saying it out loud, but it's how I really feel, Izuku." Yeah, he calls him Izuku. He didn't say Deku. He said Izuku. He said his name, which I think was the first time we've actually heard Bakugo actually call him Izuku and not just Deku, which that's pretty awesome. He then bows and says, "I'm sorry for everything." Now, first of all, you can obviously tell that he did indeed talk to Horikoshi when he right before recording this, because good lord, the voice acting here from Bakugo's Japanese VA is fucking incredible, man. I cannot wait till Clifford gets here, man. I can't wait to see what his take of this scene is going to be when the dubbed version of this episode drops in 2 weeks or whatever the fuck it is. But oh my god, I can't wait to hear this with the dubbed cast, man. It's going to be legendary. I can't wait. But anyway, he continues on by saying, "Everything you've done after inheriting One for All has been ideal. You've done nothing wrong, but right now you're unsteady. There's a wall you can't overcome with just ideals. We'll take care of the things that you can't take care of. In order to surpass that ideal, we need to save you. The refugees at UA and all the people in the city. You've all already far surpassed me, Izuku says. He falls down, Bakugo catches him, and he says, I'm sorry for saying you guys couldn't keep up. And first another thing I gotta say is the music. Oh my god, the music. Oh man, you guys know, I've been gushing about the OST for season 6. Basically, throughout all of my reviews of Hiroaka season 6 so far. I've just been gushing the OST, but my god, like I keep saying, it bears repeating. The OST here, man, was fucking incredible, man. Oh my god. And the one thing that I have loved so much about Hiroaka in these later seasons, and I've obviously mentioned this in like the previous episode discussions I did, like the one I did for season 5, back for episode 9, is that I have loved Horikoshi's just overall characterization for a lot of his characters. Like, we obviously have Izuku, and he's doing his own thing. You guys know I love Izuku, and I've kind of been really digging his characterization, and you guys know how much I love this arc of him. Because, yeah, this if it wasn't already clear already, this is my favorite arc of the series so far. I don't know if there's going to be an arc, later on, and it's when we get season 7, season 8, or whatever, that might top this one. Maybe the second war arc, when the anime gets there, man, I see that for myself. We'll have to wait and see on that, but so far, this is my favorite arc. But you have him. You obviously have Endeavor, which you guys know I've been praising his characterization, how Horikoshi has layered him and made him such an amazing three-dimensional character with just everything about him, man. And then, of course, you have Uraraka, who I've also praised a lot for her characterization these later seasons about her wanting to be the hero to save heroes, man. And of course, her relationship with Toga, kind of being a Joker, Batman type thing going on there. I guess Harley Quinn would probably be a little bit more appropriate or fit a little bit better. But Bakugo as well. This one's definitely been the one that Horikoshi's been dealing with the most. This one has been a slow burn throughout the entire series. Like, you obviously had him in the first 2 seasons where he thought he was hot shit and everything, and then basically ever since he got humbled in season 3 by the League of Villains, or I don't know if I would say humbled, but whenever his growth started going from season 3 all the way over here, his growth has been slow and steady, but ever so constant, and it's been just a joy to watch. When we saw him in season 4 with that kid, when we saw him the little bits in season 5 with him learning to team up more, and then of course we have everything with season 6. It's just been so much fun, and if you ask me, man, Horikoshi Sensei, the man has just been in God mode this entire season, man. Recently, in the second half of the series, man, he has just been in God mode. But the weird thing is that, to go off on a mini tangent, I don't know if this is just Baku-Deku shippers just trying to work around the fact that Bakugo and Izuku's relationship is built off years of abuse to make their ship not sound like it would be an incredibly toxic relationship. But I don't know if it's them or just some weird subset of Bakugo fans. There are straight up people claiming that Bakugo was never a bully to Izuku, which is absurd. And I've said, because when I was looking at when I was going through Twitter, checking the certain accounts I follow, that I checked to see what they thought of the episode and everything, I then found this one person going off on this 20 tweet thread explaining how Bakugo isn't a bully, using the original Japanese version of the manga. Oh no, see, in the original Japanese, she says, Horikoshi says this, which doesn't mean this in English. And I'm like, bro, are you actually serious right now? You got Bakugo fans saying that, and then of course everything that's been going on with Horikoshi and people sending him death threats for Endeavor's redemption arc, it's like Hiroaka fans just hate new ones, because the fact that Bakugo was a bully and has learned from that and is now apologizing is why he is one of my favorite characters in the series. Do y'all just hate nuance in your stories? It's honestly insane, bro. I'm do y'all just hate nuances? Or do you not like 3-dimensional characters? Do you want everything to be 2-dimensional? What's going on here? Just something I thought was really weird when I was checking Twitter earlier today, man, right before I started recording, man. But anyway, that is just something I just thought was weird, man. This scene was incredible, man, and I've just been loving Horikoshi's characterization for his last characters in these recent seasons, man. It's been incredible. Anyway, so then Momo says, it looks like we cleared the first hurdle at least, but only get even tougher from here on. We then end on an amazing shot, Best Girl, as we fade to black. Izuku eventually wakes up, and then I'm pretty sure for the first time we see 13's face, and I'm like, bro, she cute. The fuck? Like, Horikoshi, it's the same thing with, like, Toru when he finally showed us what she looks like, in that chapter cover, that full-color chapter cover that everyone was getting pissy about. Like, I'm like, bro, well, why were you holding out on us so long, Horikoshi Sensei? Like, bro, why have you been holding the goods on us for so long, my guy? Come on, bro. But yeah, she's really cute, man. I was not expecting 13 to be that cute, man. She's really cute. I love her hair, too. I love, it's, like, black with, like, I think blonde hair. It might be brown or some other type of color. It's kind of hard with this kind of lighting, but either way, man, it looks really cool. I love her hair, too. I think that's the coolest part about her. I just love her hair. But anyway, also, I love the sound effect they use when she, like, opens up, like, her helmet or, like, her visor or whatever. I thought that sound effect sounded really nice. But anyway, she tells her that basically that the civilians have been evacuated to they've been sheltered across the country. The only ones left are the anti-hero vigilante groups and, of course, rioting extremists that take advantage of the jailbreaker. But at this point, because most of the members of these anti-hero vigilante groups have more or less gone over to the shelters due to becoming exhausted, and of course, the gangs are going on and everything. And she says that we have to split our forces to deal with everything. As we finally see this barrier at UA, and it's literally the size of Wall Shiganshina, bro. Like, this shit looks like something out of AOT, bro. I am just waiting for a lightning strike to happen, and then the Colossal Titan pops up, bro. Like, I'm just waiting for, like, I'm like, bro, where are the scouts, bro? Where is the ODM gear? Seriously, bro, like, this guy, there's no way Horikoshi wasn't inspired by Attack on Titan when he designed this wall. There's no way, bro. Look at it. It literally looks like one of the walls from AOT, bro. It literally looks like one of the walls. It looks like Wall Shiganshina or whatever. So, then of course you got Sero going in there, be like, oh yes, this is just the barrier's up and running. This is only the tip of the iceberg. And then Toru mentions that you'll be totally surprised once you hear about the systems, and that apparently that they're now working together with Shiketsu. Which I hope that means that we'll be seeing Cammy and Inyasa very soon, because I love those two, man. You guys know how much I love Cammy and Inyasa, especially Cammy and Inyasa, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm really hoping we see Cammy and Inyasa pretty soon, man. I love those two. We haven't seen them since Season 4, so it'd be nice if we got to see them again. And then, of course, when Izuku realizes he's at UA, he says, I can't go back. And then we hear the inside of it. Of course, the people in the shelter are protesting, like, oh, prioritize us, don't let us in. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong here, but I'm like 90% certain that Sato's Japanese voice actually voices one of the extras here, because when you hear all the screaming going on, like, he's a boy, Shigaraki's after, isn't he? Like, I swear to God, I hear Sato's Japanese voice in there as well. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure he voices one of the extras in here, because it sounded a lot like him. But then they keep going on saying the president said he'd guarantee our safety, so guarantee it. We can't accept this. And then Jesus Christ, bro. There's one of them was fucked up where someone says, why would you put a bomb in here, bro? I'm like, God damn, bro. This is a 16-year-old kid you're talking about, dude. Jesus Christ. I swear, bro. I'm like, God damn, bro. That was a little unnecessary, bro. That was out of pocket, bro. High key on that. High key. But anyway, right as Izuku's about to walk away, Uraraka grabs his hand and says, it's all right. And, my heart melted, bro. Y'all know I love Uraraka. Now, in the manga, Uraraka actually grabbed, like, an Izuku's hand. And I actually saw people pissed off about this. Now, I don't know if these are people that were a little disappointed that they was slightly changed up from the manga, and they were just embellishing it for the tweet, or people are, like, legitimately furious by this. But I'm like, bro, they literally moved her hand up, like, 3 inches, dude. Like, she's still more or less grabbing his hand, and it's about his, like, wrist, more or less, kind of thing. Like, she's still grabbing his hand, dude. And plus, they're holding hands in the OP, bro, and we're getting her speech next week, and this scene's still in here, and it's melting my heart, bro. Like, I don't know why y'all are complaining, bro. Like, I thought these Ocha shippers were like the normal ones, but I guess they got their psychos too, which I guess isn't too surprising. But regardless of which, I thought that was also a weird little complaint. I saw people like, oh my god, they ruined the scene, bro. I'm like, bro, her hand has moved up 3 inches from the manga. It's only like 3 inches, my dude. It's still there. But either way, man, Uraraka says, when the heroes need saving, who will protect the heroes? As we end on Best Girl, another amazing shot. And then we get, and of course, with the next episode preview, we are going to get Uraraka's speech, which, ooh, bro, with how good Bakugo's apology was, bro, ooh. And from like the couple panels of Uraraka's scene I saw, ooh, and the key animation, ooh, bro. We ain't ready, bro. We ain't ready, bro. We ain't ready because, oh my god, Uraraka looks so good. We're gonna get like a flashback, it looks like, to when she's a kid, and oh my god, bro, all of her flashes have been amazing, bro. I can't wait to see what they have in store for me. Oh my god, next week's gonna be peak, bro. I think next week might be another top 10 all-time favorite episode for me, man. Now, obviously, that's gonna be extreme bias on my part because you guys know I love Uraraka. She is best girl. I am a dedicated Izu Osha shipper. So, you know, there's that. But regardless, man, I'm sure it's gonna be an amazing episode regardless. Oh, I can't wait. Next week, bro. That week is gonna be killer, bro. It's gonna be killer for me. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Phenomenal episode as always, bro. And yeah, I've said my piece. Leave your thoughts down in the comments as always, man. And yeah, overall, my fault for this episode, to the surprise of nobody, is a 10 out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. So as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my socials if you feel like it. The links are dropped below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. She's